Kartal is there? I can take Mridang also. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारि यमुना तीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन नंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारि यमुना तीरवनचारि यमुना तीरवनचारि तीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. Welcome you all for the program. So generally we have it on Saturdays for youth. So this time because you are all at home, we thought of conducting this live. So because everyone is at home because of the lockdown situation. So today the topic we'll discuss about on is corona basically. So how to understand coronavirus or whatever this disease. So we will discuss various things. First we'll discuss that how medical science has ultimately failed in curing diseases, although sometime it has been effective. And then we will see that how we can cure this disease, or how to understand about this, what is the cause of this, and how we can ultimately become free from all the diseases, etc. And of course many other things, like what is the ultimate cause of this disease. Like we may have immediate cause, but what is the ultimate cause? Immediate cause may be because of some virus, but what is the ultimate cause? So all these things we will discuss. Finally, also at the last we will discuss about the Kali Yuga, especially in Kali Yuga, how people suffer more through different ways, and ultimately at the last, so how we can overcome from this suffering. So basically, if we see the history of modern medicine, it has been effective in solving some problems like smallpox, chickenpox, etc. But ultimately, every time disease comes in new and new form. For instance, if you all remember, so many viruses and all have affected people. So if you see, plague had affected at one time. So that time plague affected people very badly. So these are all infectious diseases. These are all infectious diseases, and many people they were, now they are quarantining, but many people were even killed during certain times of history when the disease was uncontrollable. So this was the condition. Of course, later as the disease goes, they find out some ways to cure it. Now we have antibiotics to many of these diseases. So there was plague, then there was syphilis and all these other diseases. So but disease, as we see, corona has come again in the new form. So like this, modern medicine may solve some problem or some disease, but again it comes in newer form. So ultimately the problems which we have created, ultimately these are all made by human beings due to different ways. So that cannot be solved by human intelligence. This is told by Einstein. So ultimately we have to look towards scriptures, shastras for the solution. So when we say this, basically, especially when we say that God can help us solve these problems, then there comes the question of evil. Especially in the Christian world, there have been some proponents who say God is not effective in helping us solve the problem. So basically the problem of evil. So problem of evil means, if God is there, then why there is so much suffering? For instance, a father wants to see his children very happy. So how can God, who is the father of all living entities, so tolerate his children being suffered? So this is not possible. So they completely keep God in picture, away from the picture. They never accept God. So this problem happens because they try to understand all through their intelligence, through their limited intelligence. So they think that if God is all powerful, then he should be able to help the suffering children. But then okay, he might be all powerful, then he is not all merciful. So this is what Saint Augustine, so he said. He is a basically Christian philosopher. So, and if he is all merciful, then he is not all powerful. So both ways. So one thing is, he is either all powerful, he wants to help, but he is not, he doesn't want to help, or the other thing is, he is merciful, but he is not powerful. So these all come because of ignorance of the knowledge of God. So this is the question. So basically living entities, so they are suffering in this material world. So generally living entity means, when I use this word, so it means we all. So generally we identify ourselves with the body. We don't think that we think or we identify ourselves with the body, which is made up of chemicals. So now this knowledge is never given in schools, that we are different from body. So generally we think, we identify ourselves with the body, and we never know that the body is subject to death. For instance, we are seeing so many people dying, so many different animals and human beings, every day they are dying. But if we identify ourselves with this body, that means we are subject to death. But Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita the jiva is eternal. So he uses the word na hanyate, he tells. Na hanyate means is not killed. That means the living entity is not killed. What is killed is the body. So, and the body is something which is external, just like a coat is external. Or another example is a car. The car is external. The car is just moving because the driver is there. So long the driver is there, the car is moving. But without the driver, the car can't budge even an inch. So by this we can understand the soul is the driver of the body. So far the soul is situated in the body, the body is functioning. But when the soul leaves the body just falls flat. So this analogy is very easy for us. We can easily understand the knowledge of soul through this. That how the soul, it's told in Shastra that the soul is situated in the region of the heart, and it gives energy throughout the body. Modern science, it says that the body is energized from the heart, but of course they can't explain the soul, which is very subtle. So in Shastras it's very clearly explained that how soul is situated in the region of heart, and from that it gives energy throughout the body. So just like sun is situated at one place and it is giving heat and light throughout the universe, so like that soul is energizing the whole body. So we are living entities and we are eternal, as Krishna tells, na hanyate, but hanyamane sharire. The body is subject to death. So when basically we might be afraid of corona, we might be, but actually it is not because of corona in itself, but because it is a deadly disease, because it can take our life, because everyone is very attached to this body, because we derive pleasures from it. So no one doesn't want to get rid of this body. So they want to take pleasure being in this body. So they are very afraid of death. So the actual is the fear of death. But by Bhagavad Gita we can understand the jiva is never subject to death. So just like the child, from childhood we are changing bodies. So body is changing, but the living entity is the same. So similarly at the time of death, what will happen? The living entity will get another new body. Even in this lifetime we are changing our body. So we can see, you all can try to recollect your childhood days when you all are playing or whatever. So if you all remember, so the body was completely different, and now you all have grown up as an adult. So now it is completely different, but still you are the same person. If instance, for example, if you spend your time many years away from your relatives and then you happen to meet them, so although many years may have passed, your body might have changed, but still when you speak to them, when you interact with them, they can understand, oh, this is the same boy whom we know as our relative. So through this we can understand that the body is even changing in this life. So reincarnation is a fact. So reincarnation means at the time of death the body will completely change. So in human form of life, so now we have got this human form of, so we are supposed to know these things. For instance, why I am getting this suffering, I don't want to suffer. So dogs and all, they may try to become free from suffering. They may, if they find out some risk is there, they may try to defend themselves, or they may go far, but they can't use their intelligence that I don't want to die, I don't want this disease, is there any ultimate cause. They will not ask any questions. So they will just be happy with whatever they get to eat, so the immediate pleasures. So as long as they get something to eat, they are not too much concerned about their lives. I can give you one example to make you all understand this. So in India there is a system system means in India or many places, people, they sacrifice goats, and even butchers, they sacrificed. sacrifice this. So but then if you see the goats, they will be given something to eat, some grass, and there may be many goats standing in a line, and some goats might be killed before the other goats, and the remaining goats still they are not thinking, oh, what happened to the other goats, where did they go, what will happen, oh, I may also be killed. They will never think about this as long as they get something to eat. So by this we can understand animals, their perception of happiness and distress is limited. Another example is, if you see, a tree can stand in the sunlight for many hours, but if we are asked to stand, we will say, oh, what is this, there is lot of suffering, I will not like to stand there. But animals, they can't perceive it, although there is suffering involved in that, they can't experience it. So human beings means they can experience happiness and suffering to a lot more extent than what animals can perceive. That means we can perceive distress, we can perceive misery, and then we can question, why am I suffering? Indeed, this is the stage of a human being. As long as human being doesn't question, why am I suffering, he is not considered to be a human being. So there is so much suffering, right? Because in the wake of coronavirus, many people may begin to question, why am I suffering? But unless and until they listen from Vedic literatures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, they cannot get a solution. They may indeed end up thinking that God is merciful, then he is not powerful, and so many other speculations. Or they may think we are disturbed. Speculations, they may come at conclusion. But we should understand everything through Shastra. In Shastra it's explained, especially Prakriti, the material nature. So she gives lot of suffering to living entities. So if we see the aging process, are we independent of it? No. So a child may say that, oh, I want to just grow, I want to just remain child, I don't want to grow, I want to spend my entire life playing with my friends. But would that happen? No. We are growing old. So we can see as soon as we cross maybe 30 or 40, whatever it is, and we get white hairs on our head, then we become alarmed. I'm becoming old. So that means we don't want to become old, but still we are getting old. So this is forced by nature on us. That means we are not independent. So generally everyone thinks. So as I said, we all, especially at the present moment, everyone thinks that he is independent. So science thinks that we are independent of nature. So we can control everything. We can solve all the problems. We don't want the help of God. We can fight against nature. Whatever the difficulties the mother nature throws on us, we can face it. We can solve the problems. But here we go. Nature she is Krishna's energy, God's energy. So Krishna tells, Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. So Mama means it is my Maya, my energy. And Gunamayi, it is made up of 3 modes, Sattva, Raja and Tama. So Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. Duratyaya means what? We may try to make our lives comfortable. We may invent so many things, like so many cars, so many nice facilities to become happy, AC, this, that. We may try to save ourselves from the onslaughts of material nature in the form of heat, in the form of cold, and make ourselves comfortable. But at the last, what will happen? So we will not be happy. So because through every means we want to be happy, but Maya means Duratyaya. Duratyaya means you can't overcome. So there is certain amount of suffering which you have to undergo, but you can't overcome that. For instance, this suffering. So we want to be happy. We don't want to suffer from coronavirus, but material nature is imposing it on us. So like this, it is told, though there are 4 things which are the real problems of life. So now real problems, what does it mean? So there are 2 things, real and relative. relative means it may be that I am suffering from it, but my fellow neighbor is not suffering. That means it is limited to certain people. For instance, if I am suffering from a toothache, then what will happen? I am suffering, but is the doctor suffering? No, doctor is enjoying because he is getting the medical fees. So that means a problem may be a particular problem may be a problem to a particular individual, but not to the other person. So this is called relative problem. Or for instance, now you all may, I don't know whether you all are suffering or enjoying. You all must be afraid of your internals or your subjects. Oh, what would happen? I am not taught this. I am this particular subject. I am not good at and maybe I'll get less time to study and all these things. But I am not afraid. So this is another relative problem. So, but common problem is what? Everyone is suffering. Nobody wants it and nobody can avoid it. So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, common problems are Janma, birth, old age, disease and death. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. So birth is also suffering. So we may celebrate birthday, but still birth is a suffering which we have forgotten. So we were all in 9 months in the womb of our mother. So in the same stomach of our mother, we used to eat food. We used to get nourished. Of course, we used to not eat food, but we used to get nourished through the umbilical cord, through our mother. So whatever she eats, so that we get nourished. So in the same stomach, we will get nourished, and there only will pass stool. So this is the condition. And also their worms should be biting to our very komal sharir. Komal means very delicate body. And there would be other living entities, our brothers and sisters, the germs, which have which are born in the same stomach. So they will be biting us. So all these sufferings we undergo while we were in the womb of our mother. So, and that too we were standing upside down, just like if we are asked to stand in Shirshasana now, how many of us will be able to stand? So there we were for 9 months in this pose. So these are all the sufferings which we have underwent in the womb of mother. But we forget this. But other diseases we can experience. Old age, of course we are young now, you all are young. So old age, so we may not understand now. So but when we grow old, we'll understand. Then there is disease. So disease, everyone has to suffer. So the form of disease may be different, but disease is there. So now especially most of them are afflicted by this coronavirus. But still it doesn't mean that there are no diseases. Diseases are always there, even in other forms. At particular moment, although everyone is afraid of coronavirus, many other people are dying because of accidents, because of other things also. So disease is there. Accident is different thing. Different forms they are dying. And finally death. So death is there. So death will, as sure as death it is told. No one can avoid death. And at the present moment also many people are dying due to coronavirus. So by this we can understand birth, old age, disease and death. So these are the real problems of life. And then not only these, but there are 3 kleshas. 3 kleshas means there are 3 miseries caused to us. They are basically the first misery is caused by body, our own body and mind. For instance, we may have headache or we may have stomach ache or other things. Some part of the body may be paining. So this is adhyatmika klesh, and means misery is caused by our mind and body. So sometimes mind also gives lot of misery. So mental stress and all. And then there is adi bhautika klesh. Adi bhautika klesh means misery is caused by other living entities. Mosquitoes may bite us, or our teacher may trouble us by giving lot of assignments, or our relatives may trouble us. So our relatives may take money from us, they may cheat us, so many things. So like that, our neighbors may trouble us, they may make sound, they will disturb us. These are all adi bhautika klesh. Means misery is caused by other living entities. It may be either animal, or it may be human being, it may be our relative. And finally, adi daivika. Adi daivika means these are caused by nature. So in the different ways. So there might be earthquakes, there can be volcanoes, there can be tsunami. In different ways nature will cause troubles, and one feature of this is it is uncontrollable. We can't control this. So for instance, if we have headache, we may try to take some balm, we may try to put it and try to get relief, and to certain extent we will get relief. Or we have a stomach ache, we may take some medicine and get cured. But these things like natural disasters, so we can't control it. For instance, if I am sitting here in rainy season and some flood happens, of course Chikmagalur is situated at an height, but that's what happened the last rainy season. So then I can't control it. I may try to help myself, I may try to take help from others to rescue me and other things, but ultimately there would be no help at certain times, because these adi daivika kleshas are characterized by, the point is it cannot be controlled basically. So that happens. So presently we can see the novel coronavirus also. So this is also uncontrollable. So we may take many precautions, but still, so people who have to get affected, they will get affected, who have their fate. So this is what it is. So it cannot be controlled. So one has to suffer. So these are all inflicted by us through material nature. So ultimately this body which we have taken is always giving us pain in some or the other way. So the very body with which we are trying to be happy is a source of misery. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is advanced literature, which is to be read after reading Bhagavad Gita, so it is advanced Shastra. In that it is described, the body is described in one word as kleshada. So kleshada means, da means one, that which gives. Kleshada means the body, the thing which gives us misery, that is called as body. So body gives so many miseries. So through different diseases. So like this we are destined to suffer whenever we accept the body. So like that, and especially all these miseries are there, but especially at this time of at this time, so where Kali Yuga is going on. So according to Vedic literatures, time is classified as Satya Yuga. There are different yugas. So Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. So Satya Yuga is very long. It is said to be very, very long. So Treta Yuga is little short, Dwapar Yuga is more shorter, and Kali Yuga is shorter than that. And Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 duration. Its duration is 4,32,000 years. So now Dwapar Yuga is twice, Treta Yuga is thrice, and Satya Yuga is 4 times. So in all these yugas, their characteristics is different. For Satya Yuga, it is the age of goodness. So goodness, and people in that age, they lived for long duration happily. So there were not much miseries to them. They led a very peaceful and happy life, and practically there was no sin. People all were pious. Treta Yuga, what happened? Some sin was introduced. Their duration got reduced. In Satya Yuga they lived long. Treta Yuga it got reduced, and in Dwapar Yuga again the duration got reduced and sin increased. And Kali Yuga, what has happened? In Satya Yuga people used to stay for 1 lakh years. In Kali Yuga only for 100 years. and the amount of sin they conduct is a lot. So it is said in Kali Yuga 75% people are sinful. So individually and collectively both. And as Kali Yuga passes, what will happen? So people will become more and more sinful. And they will have lot of suffering. So especially because they don't follow the injunctions given by the Lord. So dharma means, one definition of dharma is to follow the injunctions given by the Lord. Just like now we have to follow the whatever rules government sets forth. For instance, I may say, oh, I am independent, I don't care. At this particular time the whole nation is locked down and we are supposed to stay at home. But if we say, no, I don't mind, I don't believe in government, I'll just go outside, what would happen? So we would be beaten. So perhaps you all must have watched some videos in which many of them are being beaten by police. So, or you all must have heard. So if we say, oh, I don't believe in the laws of government, what will happen? Who will care? We will be punished. So similarly, nature will not allow this. So whoever is sinful, they have to suffer. So as I said, people, they blame God for being suffered by for the sins they have created, for the sins for which they have themselves created. So but this is not true, this is not correct. So God, so he is just like a judge. So judge will not, judge is what it is. At one level he is like, God is like a judge. When it comes to punishment, judge will not see whether he is a rich person or a poor person, a minister or a layman. So he will punish him. So similarly, God will punish everyone according to their karma. And people in Kali Yuga, because they are very sinful, what will happen? Lot of suffering would be there. So in Kali Yuga, there is one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which in nutshell describes the symptoms of Kali Yuga. So of course in Srimad Bhagavatam, the symptoms of Kali Yuga are discussed in much more detail in the last skanda. So there are many skandas, these are divisions, just like we have chapters in Bhagavad Gita. We have skanda or canto, in English word is canto. There are 12 cantos or skandas in Bhagavatam, and in the last canto, entire symptoms of Kali Yuga are described in detail. So we may be shocked, but one of the symptom is that the mothers would be eating the fetus. So, or they will sell it, and people would get to eat for different reasons. So this is predicted in Kali Yuga. So can we imagine? So mother means she's thinks about the interest of her child, but this time will come in Kali Yuga, and it has of course come also. But as Kali Yuga progresses, they will more and more do this in a very bad way. For all these sins, in Kali Yuga, if we see sex, gambling, intoxication, and teenage pregnancy and abortion, they are going on so rapidly. So we can expect some lot of suffering. So coronavirus is nothing actually. If we look at the amount of sin people are doing on a day-to-day basis, they have to be just massacred. So they should not be given any mercy. So like this in Srimad Bhagavatam, in one verse, the symptoms are also given. That comes in the first chapter, first canto, first skanda, first canto. In that first chapter, in the 10th verse. So that verse goes as follows: Prain alpayusha sabhye kalav asmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya yupadrutaha. So we'll just go through this verse. Prain alpayusha sabhye. Prain alpayusha. Alpayusha means, alpa means less, ayusha means duration. Prain alpayusha sabhye kalav asmin yuge janaha. So in Kali Yuga, what happens? Janaha, people are short-lived. So as I said, the duration is 100. But now people are not even staying for 100 years. So they are dying at 60, sometimes 40, even at young age. I heard recently that some young boy is suffering with kidney problem. I never knew this. I thought only at old age kidneys stop working, but this is the situation. Even at young age, such bad diseases, such bad situations are coming. So and they are made to die soon. So this is the fate of Kali Yuga people. Prayin alpayusha sabhya kalo asmin yuge jana. Then it goes ahead. Manda means lazy. So people, especially in this age, are very lazy in spiritual activities. So as I mentioned, we are not this body. We are the spirit soul. And spirit soul has nothing to do with material activities. So as spirit soul, we are supposed to engage ourselves in glorifying God. We are supposed to engage or spend more time cultivating spiritual life. But what has happened? People are lazy. So they get up early morning at 8 o'clock, they take bed tea and different things. But we are people formerly, before, even in Kali Yuga, when things had not worsened, so they used to get up early morning and do their spiritual activities. But now people are become lazy, especially at this time. Generally they are lazy in Kali Yuga, but now they have become more lazy. Manda means lazy. Manda, then Sumanda. Matayo Manda Bhagya Yupadritaha. So Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Yupadrita. Manda Bhagya, it is told. Manda Bhagya means their fortune is not good. They are not lucky people. So why they are not lucky people? Because in different ways they are suffering. So they are suffering in the sense they are suffering through wars, they are suffering through tsunami, all these things. They are suffering in different ways. They are suffering at young age. Practically disease was not heard formally. So even now some of our seniors, superiors, they tell us during their time they used to see people, they used to get old. Until they get old, they used to not have any diseases. They should not have to visit doctor every now and then. Nowadays what is the situation? Maybe in a year one has to visit doctor maybe some dozen of times. But formerly what used to happen? The old man, he used to work very nicely, whatever it is, and then at the last days, he will get some loose motion and he will die. He will not spend suffering on the bed for long time. So he will be active up to the last moment, and just before some days maybe he will get some ailment, some minor ailment, and he will die. So this is the situation. But nowadays, so there are so many diseases, and right from the childhood one is advertised to consult a doctor. So dentists also advertise that, oh, you all have to come to us from young age and this and that. So people, they are suffering through diseases, through wars. So there is constant tension between nations. When who will drop bombs, we don't know. So this is the fate of Kali Yuga people. There are so many disturbances, and there are so many diseases. So plague, syphilis, and different have come time to time, and they have shaped the entire society. Of course, some may be limited to certain nations or certain states, some diseases, but surely, so some time to time such diseases also come as coronavirus and shake the entire world, and all the doctors and all people are alarmed. So we talk of so much progress, advancement, but what happens in front of Mother Nature? We can't stand. So like this, so people are suffering. So after all this, prain alpayusha sabhye kalo asmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya yupadritaha. Because of all these things, ultimately because of all these different miseries and all, they are always disturbed. Now we can see people are disturbed. They don't know what to do. Whoever it is, it may be students, children may be ignorant, they may be playing and troubling others. But elders and all, they are all disturbed at present moment because of this coronavirus. Some are disturbed. Oh, if we go outside, oh, we may get infected, and then nation is disturbed, everyone is disturbed, it may spread. And even if we don't get disease, we may not get food. What will happen? So everyone is in panic, everyone is disturbed. So indeed, this is the symptom of Kali Yuga. We are not only disturbed at this time, but every time we are disturbed. Maybe the cause is different. One major reason of disturbance is this technology. So technology, basically it agitates the mind. So for instance, if one is working hard using this modern transport systems, so one may for instance, one may be a tractor driver, or one may run JCBs and all. So what happens, due to constant bombardment, or that sound and that particular thing, working in that atmosphere, what happens? Mind gets agitated. Actually, one can't work because it's impossible, but they do it putting some film songs and all, because it gives so much suffering. And after working, at the end of the day, what happens? So one's mind is disturbed. Ultimately, what happens? Technology disturbs the mind. For instance, for y'all, one example is very suitable: using smartphones. So smartphones, what happens? It distracts us. So we might use it to read our textbooks also. It may not happen. Generally, we may read it on a laptop or something, textbooks in a soft copy form. So, but even if we use some smartphone for studies, what will happen? Some notification will come, or some picture of a woman or a girl will come to disturb. So like this, the mind will get agitated, disturbed. So one major reason of this Yupadrutaha, in this verse it is told, Kali Yuga people are very disturbed, is because of using this technology. So technology is in the mode of tama, or ignorance. So generally, when one stays away from city, in the village atmosphere, so where there is all natural, so there is river, and there is no artificial thing. So when one stays with nature, what happens? One is in the mode of goodness, which is nourishes the intelligence, the body, and one becomes very happy. But Rajaguna means one is always bombarded with so many different desires, material desires. And Tamaguna also, one suffers ultimately. So it agitates the mind. So Yupadrutaha. So like this. So all this is because of different activities which we have done, sinful activities. So there are three kinds of activities. One is pious activity, one is sinful activity, and ultimately there is spiritual activity. So pious, sinful, and spiritual activity. Whatever activity we do, sinful or pious, we have to suffer for it separately. For instance, I may give a lot of money in charity, or I may feed poor. So I have benefits in my next life in some form. So maybe I'll not be poor. I'll have enough to eat, enough money, etc. Whatever it is. And if I do some sinful activity, so then I'll have to suffer in the next life. So sinful and pious activity doesn't get cancelled. So generally people, they think, oh, I'll do sinful activity and I'll cover it by giving lot of charity and other things. But that will not happen. So sinful activity, for that we are suffering at the present moment. It is not because of Lord. So as I explained, Lord is just like a judge. He will judge. Whoever has done sinful activity, he will give him punishment. Whoever has done pious activity, he will give him rewards. So he is nothing to do with suffering the living entity intentionally. So the father also sometimes may punish the child, but it is for the benefit of the child. So similarly, so God's punishing us is to ultimately, it is to help us actually. So we should understand that. So karma means, so we can understand karma also. For karma we have to suffer in different ways. So for example, there one is instant karma. Instant karma means, For example, you may slap someone, so the person may immediately slap you. So this is one example of instant karma. So that means you are getting the results without any gap. So immediately. But there are something called as delayed karma. Delayed karma means you may do one sinful activity and you may you may experience the results later on. For example, you may steal now, and you may be caught by the police later on. Maybe someone must have taken the camera must have captured it, or someone may explain that such and such person stole this thing, and you may be caught. So when you are caught and put into the jail, you have got the result. That means the karma is delayed karma. That means you are getting the result after some time. So eating more than required also is a bad karma. So if we eat more than necessary, what will happen? We will end up with a stomach pain, and then we will have to forego eating for some time. Some meals we may have to skip. So this is also an example of delayed karma, and the karma may get delayed for a long, maybe in this life. If someone who rapes someone or someone who kills someone is not hanged to death, then what will happen? So every action he has an equal and opposite reaction. This is the law of karma. So he has killed someone, he is supposed to be killed. The government or the justice has not announced that he has to kill, he has to be killed, then what will happen? He will carry that reaction to his future life. So that means he will be suffering in the next life. So this is the law of karma. So this is individual karma, and then comes collective karma. Collective karma means sinful activities, they will be got at a particular spot and they will be killed. For instance, there may be airplane crash. In airplane there may be some 300 pilgrims sitting from different places, and one may wonder how they are destined to be killed. But we don't know, something they have done in their previous life for which they have to get a similar punishment, or different. Another example is someone may be staying in some house or in an office, different people from different places, and suddenly the house may catch fire and all may be burnt. So this is also an example of collective karma. Collective karma means different people who have done similar sinful activities and have to suffer similarly, have been got at a place and they have been killed. So in wars also it may happen. Many people, it is told in Kurukshetra war, so all the sinful people were got at one place and they were killed. This was the plan of Krishna. So Krishna, he gives justice to people. So like this is called as collective karma. So coronavirus also, people who have done sinful activity, so they get collective result of their sinful past. So like this. So now we have been affected, but we should know. So disease, we are afraid of coronavirus, but we should finally know that the form may be different, but ultimately disease is there. It may be coronavirus, it may be plague, it may be some other thing. So we can't run away from disease. Disease is something which everyone has to suffer. It may be prime minister, it may be a layman or anyone. So, and especially this particular during this coronavirus, so people's life have been affected. So this is causing even economical instability. So this should not happen when the world is run through Krishna's system, or when people are naturally doing the occupations according to their according to their nature. So people, they are farmers, they are people who teach Vedic literatures, etc. So if farmers were growing the food, this situation won't come. For instance, now situation may come wherein we may short we may run short of paddy, we may run short of food grains, vegetables, fruits, etc. Because now the situation is what people are doing agriculture through using urea. So that means they are depending on industries for their fertilizers, pesticides. So if these are not supplied, then what will happen? So there would be acute shortage in production of food grains and people will suffer. So this may happen at any time. So when transport system and all fails, suppose petrol is not available, what will happen? The entire nation will shut down. So even if we do whatever we want to do, we may do, but people will die very badly. So that means when we have this industrial setup, so that means what it is, we'll suffer more whenever such diseases will come. So like this we can see. So I'll briefly summarize the class. So in today's topic we saw that how medical science has cured many diseases, smallpox, chickenpox, but once they cure some disease, what happens? The disease comes in another form. So ultimately they have no solution for disease. Ultimately disease can't be solved. And then we also discussed that how God is not the cause of our suffering, as some people, some philosophers in Christian world say. Saint Augustine, so he said that God is not all powerful, or if he is all powerful, he is not all merciful. So either way, so that means they are limiting God. But we should understand that the God is merciful, but he is just rewarding or giving punishment to his children for their betterment. So it is not that God intentionally wants us to suffer. So then we also discussed that how living entities are encaged in this body, and they are changing the body, they are taking different bodies, and ultimately we also discussed that how Prakriti, so it gives all this suffering to the jivas, living entities. So we discussed this birth, old age, disease, death, and the three kleshas, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika and Adhyatmika. Of the three, Adi Daivika is uncontrollable. So like tsunamis, earthquakes, viruses and all. And ultimately we discussed how in Kali Yuga people are every time disturbed, every moment they are disturbed. Maybe for coronavirus, or maybe because of the economical system, maybe because of technology, so many things. There are so many reasons for getting disturbed. And the cause of our suffering, we discussed individual and collective karma, how people are suffering because of this. So we can come out of this. So Krishna not only discusses problems, but he gives solution also. So solution is to surrender to Krishna. Krishna tells, Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantate. So he tells, if you surrender to me, what will happen? I can save you from all the miseries. So this can't be said by a doctor or a physician, but Krishna promises. So as we are eternal, so we have nothing to do with this death, disease, but we are suffering at the present moment. So Krishna can deliver us from this miserable condition. So he is all powerful. So like that we like to end the class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.